Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final word. The final word on this weekend's action for Southampton, and it was a disappointing end to that game down at St Mary's. Thank you all very much for joining me this evening. I hope you're all well and have had a really good Monday as well. I'm going to go through some ratings on the players as well. I want you guys to get involved in the comments box below. It's a live show, this one. I almost re-recorded this one earlier on. I was going to record it this morning. When I got up and I was going to put it out this afternoon, but I thought to myself, do you know what? I'll do this show live because I do enjoy doing it live because I enjoy getting everybody involved in the chat as well. It was a good game at St Mary's. I enjoyed it Saturday. Just really disappointed with the ending. Really, not to be able to hold on like we really needed to. And we'll go over all my thoughts on the game very, very shortly. But what I want to pop up on the screen is. It's a lineup from Saturday and go over that. This is from a website that I go on quite a bit, FOTB, I think it is. And this was the two lineups on Saturdays. And they give rankings on how each player performed in the game. And it was interesting, actually, because I think my ratings are very similar, actually, to be quite honest. I thought that Adam Lallana was brilliant. He got a 7.7 in the ratings. Flynn Downs, 7.1. I thought he was really good. Tyler Dibling with a 7.7, same as Adam Lallana. So they're those two as the best two performing Southampton players. Aaron Ramsdale with an 8.8 in goal for Southampton. He was brilliant, wasn't he? Absolutely outstanding. Probably got Saints the point in the end because he did make some really vital saves for us. But that back four I like the look of with Sigawara in at right back. I thought he had a really good game at right back at 6.9. Harwood Bellis and Jan Bednarek. Harwood Bellis back to his best at the weekend. I thought he had a really good game. Be interesting to get your thoughts on his performance at the weekend because I thought he had a really good game for Southampton. I thought he wore the captain's armband in midweek as well. I just thought he looked more like the Taylor Harwood Bellis that we saw a year ago as well. And it was good to see, actually. I was really pleased to see him perform that well. Jack Stevens is obviously out suspended now. I don't expect him to come back in actually anytime soon. I don't know what you guys think about that. I'm getting the comments box below, but I think that he'd be the permanent fixture there for the while, Taylor Harwood Bellis, especially with Stevens out. Looking across at left back, Charlie Taylor comes in and takes his first start in a Saints shirt in the Premier League at left back. He had a very good game. I thought he gets a 7.6 here as well. And that midfield three were brilliant. I thought that they show some real quality and class. Certainly going forward and with that ability to open up teams. Fernandes playing in that 8 role was really good. Tyler Dibling coming off the right-hand side, he was just brilliant. Gets his first Premier League goal. And to be fair, Ryan Fraser, though he didn't really go past anyone and beat his man that much, he worked really hard and was really steady. Looking at the Ipswich side, interesting. They look like they're going to struggle for goals as well this season. Delap had a really quiet game. Their best player for me was Hutchinson, who played in a similar role to Fernandes. I thought he causes a little bit of trouble. Obviously, Sam Moores, he gets that brilliant goal at the end. He gets an 8.0 here. But the goalkeeper didn't massively get tested. And to be fair, that in that second half, they only had 2 shots and one of those goes in, which is the real disappointing thing. On the right-hand side of your screen, I've got some statistics from the game for you guys to have a look at as well. We'll take a look at everything from here. And I want you guys to get involved in the comments box below as well. So our expected goals were 1.5. There's 0.75. I didn't really think they really troubled us, really. In all honesty, just the 2 shots, like I said, in the second half. Ball possession was quite equal, actually, 54% compared to the 46% of Ipswich. Quite evens, to be fair. Goal attempts, Southampton 11 compared to Ipswich's 13. 6 shots on goal compared, their 6 compared to our 3. We have 5 off target. They had 3 off target. And then you look at the goalkeeper saves. Aaron Ramsdale with 5 saves compared to just the 2 of Muric that was in goal for Ipswich Town. Total, so that is the statistics of the fouls. 16 versus 16. Actually, I think that I've typed in the total passes wrong. Actually, Southampton. I think that was 492. Sorry, that should be 492. So Southampton actually did make more passes than Ipswich Town did. But that is all the statistics from the game. What were your thoughts on it? Everybody's joining in the comments box below. So thank you for getting involved this evening. I'll pop a few of those comments up and read them out as well. Nick Knack. Defensively, we look really solid, but there was the usual reluctance to pass the football forwards. We're playing a high risk, a low reward football. I agree with what you're saying to a certain extent. I think we really missed that target man up top, and I think that's the biggest miss for me right now is having an out and out strong physical striker. I believe we probably have one in the football club, but I don't think you get a look in at this moment in time. I think you all know who I mean. Nick Knack also went on to say in the comments box, 90% of our passes across the back line. We did play a lot of passes. Jan Bednarek were probably more touches than any other player. We needed Archer to put that chance away. Absolutely, we did. And Russell Martin, I watched his post-match press conference on Saturday, and I watched it again this morning in preparation for tonight's show, just to get refresh what he said. And Russell Martin, in that press conference, I'm going to grab up some of the notes that I've made. Here's what Russell Martin had to say from that. He went on and spoke about how he was frustrated and angry with how that game finished, and certainly the goal from a set play. He went on to say, second half, big chance for Cameron. He said, Ipswich had the 2 shots on target and score one of those. He said, in the first half, we did defend way too many set plays because we just kept giving away a lot of fouls. I agree with that. We did. We give way too much away. We're defending our box a lot. He said, our game management wasn't good enough at the end. And he said, there's a lot of anxiety in and around the players. And he believes that's by just not getting a win on the board. I don't know what you guys feel about that, but he feels there's anxiety within the players. And there's key details, he said, that the players didn't stick to. He also went on to say we're getting better and better. And he went on to also say that the fans were absolutely epic, which they were. He did mention Aaron Ramsdale being superb. He's saying, obviously, it's harsh on him. He's played 3 games and conceded 7 goals for us, which is unbelievable, isn't it? Because he's been absolutely brilliant for us. He was also asked about some of the key performance in the game. Obviously, there's a lot of talk around Dibbling, which is, I think it's all been covered, really. I think he was outstanding. He's going to score loads of Premier League goals. But there was 2 players other than him that really stood out for me personally in the game, and they were Adam Lallana and Mateus Fernandez. I've grabbed their statistics from the game as well. So this is Mateus Fernandez, his match stats versus Ipswich Town at the weekend. He played 89 minutes. He had 49 touches, 3 passes into the final third. He had 3 touches in the opposition's box. He had a pass completion rate of 88%. Fantasy points 3. Jules won 9. Jules lost 9. He had a really good game, Mateus Fernandez. I thought he was absolutely outstanding. Adam Lallana, he was another player I thought had a really good game. He played 50 minutes of the game, just over. He had touches, 46. He had the 1 assist, which was brilliant for Tyler Dibbling. Passes in the final third, 44. He won 100% of his tackles as well. He's only depossessed once. His pass accuracy is a whopping 95%. 100% of successful dribbles as well. He only had the 1. The tackles, he only had the 1. So those statistics look good, 100%, 100%. But there were 1 of each. His fantasy points this week were 3 as well. Let's get you guys involved in the comments box below. Right, let's have a look what you got to say. Luke has joined us. Luke, thank you for joining this evening. I hope you're well. Have to start the same team against Bournemouth after Saturday's performance. Yeah, I think that we will do. We will start that same team. I believe that the team will be very much the same for the weekend. No doubt about that. I thought Lallana was superb. Can he play a little bit longer? They're trying to get more out of Dibbling. Russell Martin spoke about Dibbling, that he cramped after 70, cramped after 60 against United, and they're trying to get him to stretch that bit further every week so that they will get more and more out of Tyler Dibbling. But it is a real balance in that because he's such a young player, isn't he? And you have to be really careful of how much you push him as well, because you've seen young players get pushed a lot at a young age and they just end up breaking down somewhere along the line. So there's no doubt they manage his minutes and manage his time this season. No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Yeah, give me your thoughts on your star performance of the weekend. Obviously, I picked out my players who I thought performed really well for us. I thought Lallana and Dibbling, everybody else on the field, in my opinion. I'm really sorry if my footage is really grainy. My internet is really not great at home for some reason, but I'm gonna rerun this video up later on as well, in high definition as well. So you better watch it back if it's not great to watch. So apologies for that. We need a set piece coach, says Luke. I totally agree with that one. I totally agree. We do need a set piece coach. We lost our one from a couple of years ago. Can't remember his name. He's at Man United now. Coincidence that they've now started defending loads better. Lallana was class, says Nick Knack. One of those few players that look like creating anything. He does something totally different, doesn't he, to anybody else in that Southampton side. There's no doubt about that. What else do we have here? Do you think we could see a couple of minutes at all, Paul, against Bournemouth, says Luke? Well, look, he's somebody that you surely have to be looking at right now. We're not scoring loads of goals. We don't have a physical presence up top. We're paying him money. Russell picks a team which he feels will win us football games. He obviously doesn't feel he's good enough. He sees something that we don't see. He sees him in training every day. So he knows how good he is and how he knows his attitude. He sees it every day. So you've got to trust his judgment. But for me, Luke, he has to be an option. He goes off anywhere else he goes. He scores goals. The only place he hasn't scored goals is at Southampton. Everywhere else he's done brilliant. And why is that? Is it confidence? Is it the league being a step too far? But Ross Stewart's been out for 2 years injured. He looks way short of fitness. He's come back in at the weekend. And for me, he looks way short of real fitness. Russell said he did well when he came on, but I think he's protected him a little bit because I actually thought he did okay. The ball stuck a bit more. But he does give away a stupid foul and needs to win the header from that free kick as well, because the free kick on the edge of the 18-yard box, right-hand side, gets floated in at the foul that he gave away. He needed to win the header. Didn't win the header, and it was a shortest player on the pitch that won the header for Ipswich. So, yeah, not quite good enough, I would say, in that department. But he'd get better. No doubt he'd get better. And look, we're only 5 games in. A lot of people panicking, but we're 5 games in. There's a good few teams without points on the board in the Premier League right now. So it will get easier. I'm sure it will get easier. But I think at the moment, a win would have put us on 16th. That shows how tight it is. And 6 teams in the Premier League right now without a win. So that does give you that little bit of hope that it will, that we will start to get results at some stage, but we need to find a way to score goals, don't we? Absolutely, we do. Massive fan of Fernandez, says Nick Knack. When he said massive chance for Fernandez when he came for the cross instead of just going for goal. Yeah, he needed to go at goal. Then he crossed it, didn't he? And Archer was never getting on the end of it. I watched that back on Match of the Day this morning. I was like, oh my word, because I wanted to see the Southampton analysis, but it was quite good. We were so good for such long periods of the game, and just that final lapse of concentration at the back end of the game cost us big time, I thought. And that's what the Premier League is like. It is brutal. And I've been absolutely given so much stick by Ipswich fans. It's happened again. Well, it wouldn't have happened again if we were really, really focused to the bitter end. And that's the problem. We conceded too many goals from set play, and we have to be better. That's for sure. Right, let's take a look at the Premier League table now. We'll look at the top of the table first. Obviously, we're nowhere near that top half at the moment, but Man City picked up that point yesterday. They got 13 points from the 5 games. Won their first 4, obviously drew yesterday. Really good start for them. Liverpool, just the 1 defeat so far. They're flying high. Good result for them against Bournemouth at the weekend as well. Really good start for Nottingham Forest. They have 9 points. I'm not surprised by that. I thought they were very good at St Mary's a couple of weeks ago. Fulham with that really good win at Craven Cottage against Newcastle at the weekend as well. Brilliant result for them. A feisty game down at the Amex between Forest and Brighton. But Yeah, they sit in 7th to Brighton and Hove Albion. Then we go down to the bottom end of the table. Tottenham are in 10th at the moment. They come good, I'm sure. I still tipping them for the top 4. Saints obviously not won a game yet. Got a point on the board. So you've got Wolves, Everton, Southampton, Ipswich, Palace, and Leicester all without winning a game in the Premier League yet. It is still really tight from Bournemouth down. So that Bournemouth game is absolutely massive. And a win there next Monday night, a week today, will be absolutely massive for the Saints. And we have to hope and pray that we can go there and get a result. We have a very good record down at the Vitality. Right, get involved in the comments box below. Let's talk about Brereton Diaz. Nick Nax mentioned him in the comments box below. He's very active in the chat. He said, True Diaz, they haven't been playing. I thought you said about Brereton Diaz then. Haven't actually been playing that badly. No, I agree. I want to talk about Brereton Diaz. I think someone else mentioned it in the comments box below. I think Brereton Diaz is struggling a bit at the moment. I find him a little bit lazy at times, and that's what really annoys me about him. I think he needs to track back a bit more and show a bit more for his teammates. He won't be starting a game anytime soon with performances like he dished out when he come on at the weekend, in my opinion. Adam, thank you for joining, mate. I hope that you're well as well. The final review here on YouTube. I did a TikTok one last night, but I wanted to bring it here to YouTube and put out a show as well. And it's a week today till we take on Bournemouth. What's a massive game. So get your score predictions involved in the comments box below. I'm not sure Brereton Diaz is suited to our style of play. I totally agree with that one. I'm not convinced he is as well. A win at Bournemouth and keeping it tight at Arsenal before the international break would, absolutely. It's whether we can go and do that. I think that's a real big ask. Adam Boyce is saying the same as me. He's pretty annoyed with the performance of Brereton Diaz, which wasn't good enough when he come on. Needs to show a lot more for me. Does Brereton Diaz going in the future for us? I like players that work hard, and it says a lot when you've got Ryan Fraser, who's probably not up to match speed and up to match fitness at this moment in time, getting in over him. So it says loads about him. Hope you're enjoying my channel here on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Smash a like on this video and make sure you stay tuned for more videos coming out this week. I've got a mega store check-in. I've gone and looked around the Saints store and looked at all the new products, including the new Puma King range that I'm wearing as well. Some great new products down at the Saints store at the moment. Some lovely gear from Puma, by the way. My match day vlog is now out as well. That went out late Saturday night or just before match of the day, just about in time. Make sure you go take a watch. Loads of fan cam as well. And there's some really good content there for you guys to get your teeth into. And if you want to be a part of it, make sure you drop me a DM. My email address is on my YouTube page here. Or you can check me out on TikTok, send me a DM or Instagram, Facebook. I'm everywhere. And if you want to get involved and come on the show, I'd absolutely love to get some new faces in. Big thing we need is some new faces on the YouTube match day show. So looking for new people. Adam's gone on to say how good that Dibbling's goal was. Absolute brilliant goal. What a pass from Adam Lallana for the goal. It was absolutely tremendous. What a great pass from Adam Lallana. Bit of talk about Everton and Wolves, both struggling right now. I think it was Daz in the comments box below. He said Everton and Wolves are scoring as well. We just don't look like a team that can score regardless of manager. Yeah, it's whether we're going to use other players that are involved in the squad. Can we get Silamana fit and get something out of Silamana so he gives us a threat between now and January before he probably gets sold? That is the biggest question. Can we utilise everybody at the football club to give us a chance in staying in the Premier League? My friend sent me a really good screen grab earlier on from a post that was made on Saints Web. And I'll tell you what, it's worth reading out because I thought it was really good what he sent me. And it sat with me a fair bit, actually, because he makes a lot of sense in this post that was on Saints Web. I'm going to try and find it now and see if I can get hold of it. Hold on 2 seconds. It was here because he sent it to me not that long ago. Can't find the post now, but it was really interesting what my friend said. I'm going to try and find it for you and bring it to you. But he's basically saying that Southampton have come up with a very similar side to that come up of Bournemouth a couple of years ago, and we were predominantly a Premier League side, really and truly. We've been a Premier League side for many years. Yeah, we dropped out for a year because of the relegation, but really and truly, we shouldn't just be thinking about sitting in this league for a year. Now, we should be doing, and we should be looking to stay in this league. Like you said, I found the post now. Bournemouth came up with the squad as bad as ours, and they stayed up. He said, historically, smaller clubs like Fulham, Bournemouth, Brentford, Brighton won promoted and were capable of staying up. And a lot of our supporters kind of are maybe treating us a bit like a Luton or a Barnsley, up for a season to enjoy it. He said, we've been in the top flight for pretty much all of the last 60 years. And we really are not one of those sides that are yo-yoing up and down. So we really do need to establish ourselves as a Premier League side once again. And I think it's a really, really good post, actually. Mark's really good in the comments box below. I'm going to read out his comment right now because he's really good. Was really deflated on Saturday. Felt like a loss. You're right. Diaz is not up to it. Cameron Archer lacks quality. Struggled to control the ball when it was pinged into him. It got pinged into him a lot, didn't it? He just doesn't have that physical presence up top. But he does need a goal. I still feel we need another option mark from the bench. I still believe we have a man in the door that surely can we not utilise him and start getting him involved. Unuachu, he scored everywhere else he's gone. So why can't he come and score for us? Make an impact for us. Is he really that bad? We paid £18 million for him. Is he really that bad? It really frustrates me because you're paying a lot of money. The recruitment must be absolutely awful if he's not even ever going to get a look in, ever. I find it absolutely crazy. Loads of people saying we didn't miss Stevens at the weekend, but the back four was really, really steady at the weekend. And I think bringing in Taylor at left back made us solid. And we played the back four that I think Martin would have probably played at the start of the season if Kyle Walker-Peters had been sold. But the fact that Kyle Walker-Peters is still here, he's kind of in a situation where he's trying to play his best two fullbacks. Kyle's probably not been at his best, actually, in all honesty. He won't sign a new contract, so it doesn't look like he's going to be here beyond January anyway. So really and truly, he's probably questioning where his head's at right now. So do you know what I mean? He's a really good professional, Kyle Walker-Peters, no doubt about that. But Martin's probably playing the back four that he would have played with anyway. Mike Byers is in. Mike, I hope you've had a great holiday, my friend. Martin would like to see... Kyle Walker-Peters at right back. Yeah, I think Sigurara and Dibbling have sparked a really good partnership down that right-hand side. And I think that's maybe why he's not done it at this moment in time. But it's no coincidence that Kyle Walker-Peters hasn't played in any games against Ipswich Town. I think he missed them both last season, certainly the one at Portman Road, and he didn't play again the weekend. Red and White's in. He's a great contributor as well. I do not blame Russell Martin at all. For me, it's not tactic. Players are failing with the exception of simple passes, runs, etc. No doubt they have the quality, but a few of them have shown their class so far. Now, you're absolutely right. I think you're absolutely right. We do have some really good quality players, but in those key moments when it gets really tight, do you not kind of feel that we kind of like don't have that gamesmanship quite yet, or that ability to see a game out when you really, really need to? And that's the one thing really letting us down, is that concentration, that nervousness we need to lose really quickly. Mark's gone on to speak some more in the comments box. Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford, three sides who are solid Premiership teams. Surely Southampton potentially should be bigger than them. Well, they have been previously, haven't they? That's the big thing, Martin. This is what we keep coming back to. We're a Premier League side for such a long period of time. And I don't want us just thinking, we're here for a year, we'll have a ride for a year. Yeah, the league's brutal, but we should be getting ourselves in it and giving it everything we can to establish ourselves back in there again. That second year is so important for me. Your conversation in the chat is absolutely brilliant tonight, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. I know the quality of my stream isn't brilliant, so I massively apologize for that. My upload speeds where I'm based are absolutely difficult. I need to find there's no fiber optic in the road I live in, which makes it a little bit painful as well. So hopefully very, very soon I'll get fiber optic, and my quality on a live stream can be so much better because I know the quality is not great, guys. I really appreciate you all tuning in. I'm coming to the end of my show now this evening. I'm going to be building up to Bournemouth. I like the new camera quality, Martin. What in the match day vlogs? That's interesting you say that because I've changed it. I'm using a brand new camera actually. It's next to me. I'm using this Pocket 3, which is from DJI. It comes with I got the creator combo. So it's totally different to what I was using before. I was using an iPhone Pro Max with 4K, but the quality is slightly different in what I'm using in the match day vlog. So it's really interesting to hear you say that, Dad. So thank you. Thank you very much for that. I really, really appreciate it. I'm obviously trying to improve my content all the time, but live streaming it, I want to improve the quality here as well. It's not great tonight, so I do apologize for that. Keep your comments coming. Last couple of minutes before I finish this live this evening. Make sure you give me a follow on TikTok as well, at FootballMartin. Great video I popped up today with P. Dawson, the dancer. I put a video up with him. I captured it the weekend and I had a chance to put it up. But it is really, really good. Chloe put it up as well, who films with me. I think it got like 75,000 likes, which is quite incredible. Maybe more than that. But it was amazing. Yeah, I will do that. Red and white. Maybe could you drop me a DM about it? Give me a little bit more of a lowdown on it. I've never heard of that before. So I will give that a go. Thank you for that. I'll do my research for sure. Very interesting comment here from Mark. If a big yes, if we lose Russell Martin, could we get Graham Potter? What does everyone else think? I think it will be a really big push because he probably wants the England job, but he's looking at it. Will they go for him? Heard about Carlos Corberán a bit yesterday. His name's being rumoured, but it'd be interesting to see what happens. We've got two really big games next week. Bournemouth on Monday, Arsenal on Saturday, both away from home, and we really need to get some points there. Right, guys, thank you very much for tuning into the live stream this evening. That was the final word on the weekend. Thank you all for getting involved. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on the video as well. I'll see you again for another live stream, which will be on YouTube next Sunday, where we'll be previewing the Bournemouth game live. And I hope to have a couple of guests from Bournemouth as well. Certainly have one. And we'll preview the game and get the Bournemouth side of things and get a little bit of an insight onto how things are going down at the Vitality.